All right. Well, before we get you out of here, let's do, and we're going to be doing this over the next week or so, game by game. We're going to do some picks, and we'll see what that record's going to be. So week one, I'm going to pick them to beat the Jets, but I do think it's going, like I said, 17-13 slugfest. It's going to be ugly. Where are you at?
I think legitimately the vibes are going to be good and they're going to be having a lot of fun on the sidelines and everything, but like, do not get to the second half in a 1-score game. I mean,
it's like 10-3 going into halftime. Are we sweating a little bit?
I mean, they're not going to express concern until the second half and they are on the wrong side of the scoreboard. But I do think that if they are lucid, that they should feel a lot of pressure. I think that they probably are hopefully able to ignore the pressure that I see on them going into this game. Cause I mean, to me, it's so massive.
You think there's more pressure on the Steelers than the Jets?
Oh, I mean, of course. Nobody, the Jets are in a halfway decent spot. Like nobody thinks Justin Fields has to be the answer. They know that they can go back in. Aaron Glenn's his first game. People, good vibes. Like put up, good team spirit. Put up some fight that we didn't see the last couple of years. The standard is real low for the Jets going into this one. Steelers absolutely better win this game.
That's fair. It's
walking
like
off the field. Good game, Justin.
Yeah.
Hope we get you next time. Like it's not. Hey, sorry we let you go, Justin.
It's like a week one game in college football where like a powerhouse is facing a not so powerhouse. Where like if the latter team at least keeps it close, they can leave with high spirits. If the Steelers don't win, that's a very fair point. I do think that they will win though.
I agree.
Okay. Week 2, Seattle home opener. I think they're winning that. Sam Darnold caught lightning in a bottle last year. Salute to him. That's great. I don't see that happening this year. That offense doesn't scare me. Defensively, Seattle will be good. Offensively, they do nothing. I'll bet the under in that game too, but I think they're beating Seattle.
That's what I was going to say. That's the best play out of that one is to go under because Seattle's defense, along with Pittsburgh's,
just a pair of like 17-9 slugfest to start the year. Mike Tomlin couldn't be happier about it.
Exactly.
Week 3 at New England. I'm going to pick the Patriots to win this. Steelers haven't won in New England since 2008, and even then, that was when Matt Castle was in. They won 33-10 that year. I think the Patriots are going to be a playoff team this year. I like Drake May. Mike Vrabel's a proven winner, and I think their defense is going to be pretty good, so I'm going to pick New England to win that game.
I mean, another one, I'm not blind picking the under in this one. I assume that one's also going to be, around 38.
Yeah, probably. You'll make plus money on the year if you just every year bet the under on whoever the Steelers are playing.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think that I'll take Pittsburgh in that one. The long-standing Tomlin versus a youngster at QB. A lot of the numbers you pull up about how Pittsburgh does against New England has to do with a different era. So
yeah, that's valid. That's very valid. Let's go to Ireland, week 4 against the Vikings. I think they win that game. I'm not a big JJ McCarthy guy. I am a huge Kevin O'Connell guy though. And I think that he is a floor raiser at the quarterback position. So I expect Minnesota's offense to be a bit of a handful. I think defensively, started off the year very, very hot, cooled off a little bit, but we're still like Brian Flores is a very good defensive mind. I do think that like the point that you just made, young quarterback, really, still practically a rookie. The Steelers will win in Ireland and go into the bye week for me at 3-1.
Okay. I'll buy that. Yeah. I'll say that they're 3-1, maybe 2-2, but
okay.
I think we're about close on that one. That should be a fascinating energy over there in Ireland with the Rooney connection. It's a big deal to the Steelers to specifically be in Ireland, not playing in an international game. But like I say, to be back in Dublin is significant. Does that have any value to 24-year-old cornerback on the team? Probably not.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so then they have the bye week. Then they play the home game against the Browns. I think they'll beat Cleveland at home and get to 4-1.
Agree. I mean, that was the other one I had circled, though. What if Kenny Pickett starts
I
that
was
game
hoping
and wins in Pittsburgh?
To whatever God would listen to me, that somehow Pickett would start that game, and they traded him, and all my hopes and dreams went down the drain. But that would have been... I would have been so giddy because I mean, you and I.
They lost. You wouldn't be getting.
No. I would have had to delete my Twitter account if they would have lost Shaq. But I mean, we've followed each other and been friends for a little bit. You know how I felt about Kenny Pickett. Didn't think it was good, and felt pretty good after they traded him. If he would have came into Pittsburgh and beat them, I would have had to walk to the Clemente Bridge and just had a moment for myself where I was alone for a while.
Well, I liked spiritually, obviously, drafting Kenny Pickett when they got him. It made all the sense in the world to me. It requires 2020 hindsight to say that was a terrible thing to do. I know people expressed it at the time. I think you had to roll the dice, or else what are we doing here? If you're a provincial pro football team and you have the guy who almost won the Heisman for your college collective, you have to take him. You have to take the shot when you didn't do it with Marino, however many years before that. Just for the record, because people get on me like, oh, dude, you can't say bad about Kenny Pickett. I said that when right around in December, I said Kenny Pickett has not solved his drifting problem and his sharp pirouette to the left.
Yeah, the figure eight in the pocket that he liked to do.
I think he is spooked. I think I think he's terminally spooked by getting run into by sizable guys. And you could just see it like there's just not a solution to the fact that he is not seeing 10 yards over the line of scrimmage, just because like it is erased for him because he is spooked by the sea of humanity in front of it. And like, how are you ever going to solve that for a pro QB? You're not going to. Just for the record, I want to say, because people say like, dude, you're such a Pitt and Pittsburgh Steelers homer. You don't see, like, I told you before his season was over that it wasn't going to work out with Pickett.
Yeah. All right. So let's go to week 7 at Cincinnati. I think they lose in Cincinnati. So that gets them to 4-2.
Okay. With you.
All right. That's a Thursday night game, by the way. So short week. They traditionally, like as of late, they have sucked on Thursday night. So that's another thing that I'm taking into consideration. Because remember, Pickett's rookie year, Trubisky, they went into Cleveland week 2 Thursday night and lost, or week 3, early in the season and lost. They lose to New England, a bad New England team on Thursday night after they lose to a bad Cardinals team, and they lose 2 games in 4 days to two win teams.
That's
so
right.
Like Thursday night as of late has not been good. They lose to the Colts on, well, it's technically a Saturday night game, but a Thursday night football broadcast. So yeah, these
wasn't the Miles Garrett helmet game a Thursday nighter as well?
Yeah, that was yes, it was. So yeah, hasn't been their friend in recent memory. So I'm going to take them to lose that game.
I agree with that one.
And then week 8, Sunday night football against Green Bay with those throwback uniforms. I like those, by the way. Do you?
Oh no.
Oh, you don't like them? Oh.
A horror show.
Oh, I like them. I think that they're kind of fun. But obviously, yeah, the Packers facing Aaron Rodgers. I think that they beat Green Bay. But I do like Green Bay a lot this year. I'm a big Packers guy this year.
I'm bullish on the Packers too. I know it's a big spot for Aaron, but big spots for Aaron and Lambeau don't always work out, or generally don't work out. So yes, I'll.
Oh, it's at home though, so they have that in there.
Whoa! That game's in Pittsburgh?
That game's in Pittsburgh.
Oh my, I for months have operated under the belief that game was in Lambeau.
No, that is a home game for the Steelers.
Ooh, I am sorry. I don't do the exercise you're doing of the game by game kind of thing. I have this may change my travel schedule even. I thought that game was in Lambeau.
Are you going to go to it now? Did I just have a trip to Pittsburgh?
I might go to Pittsburgh to see that.
Should. One. Yeah.
Loving Rodgers.
And I don't know if you know this random bit of knowledge, but the Steelers record when Mike Tirico calls their games is astronomically good. And I don't know what the correlation is.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, for some reason, they just kick ass when Mike Tirico's in the booth. They lost last year to Dallas on Sunday night, which was kind of an anomaly. But for the most part, when Mike Tirico's on the call, at one point they were like 19-3 or something historically hilarious.
Give me the Packers in that one still. I think that one, I don't know what value it has that it's important to the organization, but it is very important to Gutekunst and LaFleur and everybody else that they take down Rodgers.
That's fair. That's very fair. The following week, they play the Colts at home. You're high on the Colts. I'm not. But as of late, the Colts have had the Steelers number. That's a game I could see them. Like, there's a game a year where I go in pretty confident that they're going to win, and they blow it. It was the Colts last year in Indy. I would like to think it's not going to be this one. I'll hesitantly say win, but I won't be surprised if they lose.
I'll take them to win that one, but boy, that feels like so long ago now when you start naming the names. Brian Hoyer picking off Minka Fitzpatrick, who housed the ball. Boy, may as well have been 20 years ago at this point.
I was a junior in college that year. I remember sitting in my house at Slippery Rock and just going berserk to see 39 with a splash play. Yeah, it was a good time. Week 10 at the Chargers. The last time they went to Los Angeles to play the Chargers, it was one of Ben's last incredible games. He threw for over 350 on Sunday Night Football, almost rallied them back. They lose 41-37. I'm going to pick them to win this game.
I'm going to take them to lose that game. Obviously, I like the Chargers. And yeah, I was at the last two games. The last three times the Steelers have been in LA. I saw them beat the Rams with Pickett. I saw them lose that one to Herbert. And the memory I have above all others from that one is Chase Claypool falling down unnecessarily. When he would the unnecessary leaving of his feet on every ball that ever went in his direction was just crazy. And he did that in a critical spot. And I kind of think if you do the math on that they would have had a shot at winning the game if he would have caught the ball, stayed on his feet, and running into the end zone. Anyway, yes, Chargers win.
Claypool is the guy. He's 6'4" for no reason. He just never was great at high pointing or doing anything that a tall receiver you want him to do.
Right.
Yeah, Week 11, the Bengals. I said that they would split those games, so I'll have them beating the Bengals here, which means, I'm going to play the hindsight game. I don't think they're going to be, 10-2. They'll lose one of these. So, the Colts, Chargers, I think they'll lose one of those and maybe be sitting at 9-3 then after the Bengals game.
So I have them, if I have it correct in my head, I have them at 4 losses at this point.
I think so. I think you have them with 4 losses. Yeah, so they would be 6-4 for you, and then 7-3 for me.
Knowing what's upcoming, I will say that they win that game.
Okay. At Chicago, I think they win that game. That is those are Monday night game. That is a Sunday 1:00 game. So I think they beat Chicago. You remember what happened the last time they were in Chicago, though? Mike Glennon overtime game.
That was the Villanueva wouldn't
standing in the tunnel. Yeah, I forgot about that. What a time! That was such a strange time.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't, because that became such a story, the Villanueva and the whole thing. The specifics of the game don't stand out that much to me, except that I remember it was just miserable. They had, you know what it was? It was Tariq Cohen.
Tariq Cohen had a long touchdown run to end the game. Yep.
Yeah. I'll take the Bears in that one.
Oh, okay. Are you high in the Bears this year? Just out of curiosity.
I like them. I think they're interesting. I think it's a slow burn. I would rather catch them early in the year. I think what is going to happen to the Lions, which is they're a playoff team and all of that, but much as the in between the Super Bowl year for the Eagles, that it was a slow decline for them 2 years ago when they lost both coordinators. I think that's what's going to happen to the Lions this year. They're not going to come out of the gate and be like, what happened to the Lions? But I think by December, you're going to be like, something's missing. What's off about this team? They lost the Wiz. He's coaching in Chicago now.
Yeah. Week 12, week 13, Jim Nantz and Tony Romo will be there for the CBS game of the week when Pittsburgh hosts the Buffalo Bills and when the Bills absolutely thwart the Steelers as they've seemed to do in the past few times they've played them. So I'm going to take Buffalo.
I'm going to take Pittsburgh in that one.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Listen, I'm not down on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm not down on them.
Neither am I. I just think that Buffalo is
big spot.
Big spot. Yeah. If they don't lose by double digits, I'll be happy.
Okay.
I'll say that. Yeah. If it's an 8-point game,
you're flirting with, are they a Super Bowl contender or not? You don't think they can handle a team in their home building? I mean,
I think
they got to be able to, or else they're not a contender.
No. Like I said, I don't think they're going to be. I think it's a greater than 0 chance, but I don't think it's it's a 1% chance. I think they can beat certain teams in the wild card round, and other teams would have their way. I think Buffalo's one of those teams.
My issue, just to say again, my issue is not that they can beat anybody. The Steelers are capable of beating, and they have been for the last couple of years. The problem is, can they string that together 2 or 3 games in a row? No, they cannot. With the method that they're applying here.
Yep.
That's why we ultimately arrive in the same destination, you and me, on where they are. It's that it's the Tomlin method of winning games that limits where they can go.
Right. Next week after that, they are in Baltimore, and I'm going to say they lose that game as well.
Agree.
Okay. Week 15, they host the Dolphins on Monday night, and I think that's going to be a public massacre, and they're going to destroy Miami.
If we're right about the wheels being off in Miami, which would be
there's a greater, talking about greater than 0 chances. I think that there is a fun little chance that either Zach Wilson or Quinn Ewers are playing this game.
Okay. I hear that. Yeah, that should be a win.
Yeah. Following week, Sunday, another 4:25 game, CBS at Detroit. I think they win in Detroit.
All right. So based on where my head is, you know what? I'll say that there is a Lions mystique that exists that may not by the time that game happens.
I agree. And I think that they go in and win that game. Week 17 at Cleveland. For some reason, they continue to split with the Browns. I think that they'll lose to Cleveland in Cleveland.
They win. I say the Steelers win that one.
Okay. And then week 18, home for Baltimore. I think they win. They get that 11th win. Perhaps that's for the division, depending on how each team's season goes.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think when you map it out, when you go through it like that, and even though I had the location of that Steelers-Packers game wrong, I mean, so maybe that swings things, but the game with Buffalo and then at Detroit, you can mess around with those high-end teams. Yeah. They will beat some of those teams. That's what the Steelers do, is they win games that you're like, okay, maybe they're legit if they can take down that team. That's what teams that you perceive to be Super Bowl contenders should be doing. I like them. I cannot make my formal announcement yet. I like them in that fine. 10 to 11 win area. Yes.
And if that does happen, like I said, there are some teams that I think that they can beat. If they're the number 5 seed and they go to, if the Colts win the AFC South and they go to Indy, I think they can certainly win that game. I think they can beat anybody in the AFC South. And if they were to play Baltimore or Cincinnati, I'd feel good about it just because they tend to go back and forth with those two teams. So I could see them winning that game. But if they draw Buffalo or Kansas City, I'm not going to have a lot of faith.
One last mention of amnesia.
Okay.
Keep in mind, we talk ourselves into they couldn't go up there and win that game. And we have seen evidence in the last few years of when they're out on the field in the playoff game, they get whipped by the Ravens. Yes. As they did, you can kind of cobble together a path where that game didn't have to be as embarrassing as it was, and the one in Arrowhead a couple of years ago. Yeah. But in between that one was the Buffalo game. And that one, weirdly, because they lost, but with Mason Rudolph, people are like, you're such a homer. Some of my pals were on me. You think Pittsburgh could have won that game? Did you watch it? Did you watch it? Mm-hmm. The Buffalo Bills, in a 1-score game, went for it on their side of the field on 4th down and almost didn't get it. They almost didn't get it. The Steelers could have gotten the ball and taken the lead in the second half in Buffalo. That's just 2 years ago. That is the glass half full view of what Mike Tomlin can do. He can keep them in a game against anybody if things just go so way. It's just so severe that it is implausible to me that you can win 3 games that way 3 weeks in a row in this conference as it is currently constructed.
That's fair. But there we go. I think that's as good of a season preview wrapped up with current happenings with the Steelers as we could have done. Dave Dameshek, man, I appreciate every time I get to have you on, whatever show I have you on. You are one of my absolute favorite humans in our profession. I love talking to you, and I'm very happy that you now have Football America that I can catch you on and tell everybody where they can catch it.
Wherever you find your audio podcasts, or on YouTube, Football America. Remember the exclamation point. It's all the difference there. And I'll leave you with this because we're conducting a poll right now on social media. If we can have a new American Idol every year, then in our actual most beloved activity in our society, pro football, we can have a new America's team every year. So we have a poll up there now. I'll leave you with my question. Should it stay the Cowboys, or are people more likely to be rooting for the Lions and or the Bills this year? And just to throw a fun one in there, I feel like the Packers belong in the mix for being America's team too. Can't be Pittsburgh. Why? Because when asked if you want to be America's team, Rooney rightly said, no, we're Pittsburgh's team. Black and gold over even red, white, and blue. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Let's get them this year.
Let's hope so. And yes, everybody go watch, listen, check out however you will, both audio, visual, Football America. The first few episodes have been very fun, and I have enjoyed it very much. You need to send me one of those hats that you're wearing for anybody watching this on YouTube. It says Crosby's backhand. So let's just enjoy what we have right now in terms of the optimism going into week 1 with the Steelers. Let's talk ourselves into the Penguins perhaps pulling something out of their butts this year and maybe making a run for one of the wild card spots in the NHL playoffs, and we get at least 3 more games of Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin playing playoff hockey at PPG Paints. And a good year of sports ahead for Pittsburgh. Let's cross our fingers and hope for the best, Shek.
And the thing we need, maybe as much as anything, is as soon as the season ends, or at his Cy Young acceptance speech, Paul Skeens has to say, like, hey, I want to thank everybody. First things first, though, like, I'm not pitching another game for the Pittsburgh Pirates if Nutting isn't willing to add 1 bat to this lineup. If he did that, they would do it, and that would be that.
Do we think that Paul Skeens will do that, though?
He wouldn't do that because he tries to keep it classy. If he would do that, that would work. They would definitely be sufficiently shamed finally into being like, okay, fine. If they're stud, the best pitcher in baseball in the last quarter century at least, publicly shamed them. In fact, he should give he should go to Bob Nutting and be like, I'm going to say this out loud into a microphone. I'm just saying it to you one-on-one. But if you don't promise me you're going to do it, I'm going to say it into a microphone. It's going to be embarrassing, Bob. Do you want that?
I like the way you think. You know, maybe we should get some sort of, I don't know, some sort of Batman villain symbiote to get to Paul Skeens and get inside his head a little bit, almost like a two-faced voice in his head, and be like, come on, do it. Say it. Just do what you got to do. Say these things.
From a distance, could I be Paul Skeens with this mustache? I'm a little chunky like he is. You know, he's got he's got the baby fat. I don't know what my excuse is, but you know. I'm a lefty there. I'm a lefty there.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm left for everything except writing and throwing, but golf, baseball, hockey, left-handed.
It's weird. It's very weird.
A little bit.
You must be able to hit the golf ball well then. You must be good at golf because that's the
Unfortunately not. No. I'll have, if we're playing 18, I'll have like 3 drives where I think I can be very good. The rest of it is just not good. No. But it's still fun to do. Yeah.
Put the golf clubs away. Your focus now in the sports world is I don't care if it's 3-2. They better not lose to the Jets. Oh, that's going to be bad.
You and I both agree on that game. You and I both agree on that. And everybody,
I don't know how they come back from it. If they lost to the Jets,
you think that if they lose week 1, their season's done?
Well, I mean, they're not going to throw their hands in the air and start to cry, but I don't know where they would go from. I don't know what they would do to, like, if they're not good enough to beat the Jets in week 1, I don't know what would happen between then and week 2 that would fix things. It'd be grim.
Oh man, this is going to be fascinating over the next couple weeks to see what happens.
Oh, I'm going to be talking quite a bit about this game.
I can't wait. No, and you know what? I hope that you and I have extensive conversations throughout the year about it. Like I said, my friend, I enjoy talking to you as much as anybody. You are the absolute man, and thank you for giving me a little bit over an hour of your time today.
All the best, fella. Here we go.
Here we go. All right, everybody. If you're watching on the Believe YouTube channel, please be sure to give us a subscribe. If you're listening wherever you get your podcasts, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a review, do all that fun stuff. Really helps out the podcast and the channel. And we will be back later on in the week to discuss more things coming in week 1 and throughout the season. So until then, it's Believe in Steelers. Take care.